Salut à tous et bienvenue sur ce live avec Adam Wilber pour parler des créations de Vulpine, je ne sais pas comment on prononce, on lui demandera tout à l'heure. Il est avec nous et j'espère que vous allez bien et n'hésitez pas à aller voir sur nos réseaux sociaux. On avait annoncé ce live, évidemment si vous êtes là, c'est peut-être que vous êtes tombé dessus par hasard, mais on l'avait annoncé, on annonce pas mal de choses, donc allez voir sur Instagram et Facebook. On a pas mal d'actualités, entre autres les lives, les unboxings, évidemment la vie de la boutique. Il y a énormément de colis qui sont partis. Merci beaucoup à tous pour les Dream Days. Vous avez explosé le compteur de colis et du coup, enfin de commandes. Et du coup, avec les colis avec Max et Clarisse ce matin, on a dépoté. Allez voir ça sur les stories Instagram de Magic Dream. C'est le moment de faire ça et de faire ça. Hop, non, presque. Ça. Ouais. Bonjour Adam. Hello.
How's it going? I appreciate you having me.
We appreciate having you. That's a big honor because we know that you're a long time runner, if I can say that, in the magic business, and through different paths, and you have a whole history. And now with Vulpine, you create amazing product, and we wanted to say thank you for being with us tonight. What hour is it in your where
So
you are?
today is actually it's Thanksgiving here for us,
Oh,
and
right.
it is noon, 12 noon,
Okay, so like noon is like on the night, or no, in the day, in midday,
lunchtime.
lunchtime.
Yeah,
That's it, noon. Donc en gros, c'est Thanksgiving, so we can say Happy Thanksgiving. Is that something we say?
yeah,
Yeah, cool. A lot of good things to eat, from what I remember, from the
you
only
got it.
Thanksgiving I did. C'est Thanksgiving aux États-Unis. Il est midi là-bas, donc ils ont 6 heures de décalage. Et du coup, c'est l'occasion de parler un peu de ses créations. Salut Alexis, salut Paolo, bienvenue, bienvenue. Et évidemment, sur YouTube, on a Steve, Shinato, Gabriel, Nicolas. Coucou Nicolas. Bienvenue à tous sur le live. Alors, je sais pas, on a un petit. Ah si, c'est bon, les compteurs se sont mis. Euh, du coup, je vais essayer de traduire un maximum ce que dit Adam. Si jamais vous avez des choses qui ne passent pas, que vous ne comprenez pas, n'hésitez pas à le dire en commentaire et on explicitera tout ça. Et si vous avez des questions aussi, n'hésitez pas parce que c'est l'occasion. Adam, can you introduce yourself, like talk a bit about you, where you started, where you are right now, and what are your future plans, and as many things as you want. So it's free. You talk, I listen.
Sure. So I started magic when I was 6, and never really stopped. I performed for my father at 6 years old, fooled him, and I was hooked for life. Started inventing magic about 10 years ago, and did some inventing with Illusionist, did things like Pyro and Decibel, a bunch of projects through them. And then about 2 years ago, left Illusionist and started my own company with my partner Felix called Vulpine Creations. And that's now where we're putting out all the new stuff. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming out, and a few items this year closing out. And then next year we have some bigger items as well. So it's been pretty
Ok.
exciting.
Great. Donc en gros, Adam a commencé à 6 ans, il a fait un tour de magie à son père et il a bluffé son père. Et du coup, il a continué, ça l'a jamais quitté. Il a travaillé avec Illusionist, donc il y a 10 ans, il a commencé à créer des choses avec Illusionist. Pyro, si vous vous rappelez du Fire Shooter, le lanceur de boules de feu qui était assez exceptionnel parce que c'était l'un des premiers tours de magie qui était partout. The marketing on Pyro was tremendous. Like it was everywhere. It was in every like book, every newspaper. It was really amazing. So donc vous aviez Pyro, vous aviez Décibel qui était très cool, où vous teniez les écouteurs. Alors c'est vrai que c'était passé un moment, mais vous tenez le bout des écouteurs de quelqu'un et vous lui faites entendre une musique. Et c'est vraiment incroyable. C'était une expérience et le gimmick était assez fou, toujours un peu dans la. It was always innovating, like stuff that wasn't available before, like really breakthrough, if I can say that, magic from your creation.
Yeah, I think the electronics, anytime you get into electronics, it gets into that innovation. I mean, all new magic really is innovating. The electronic part of it was the challenging bit, but there's pros and cons. So all
Mm-hmm, sure.
electronics are electronics, but the pyro went went really big. That got
Yeah.
him some good news, some news and some press around it. So that went everywhere, and that was you know, one of those things that a lot of magicians don't like because then the whole general public knows about it. But
Yeah, but
it made
again, pros and
illusionists a lot
cons
of money.
because it can bring like attention for people that weren't in magic and they want to get into magic because of that like piece of newspaper they read or things like this. So it's always pros and cons. So en gros, ce qu'il dit, c'est que parce que on parlait de décibels et de pyro, il y a toujours un côté électronique et du coup, c'est vrai que ça ajoute quelque chose à l'innovation, on va dire. Mais il y a Pyro, ça a vraiment explosé, ça a vraiment été partout, c'était incroyable, c'était vraiment, en termes de marketing, c'était fou. Et du coup, il y a 2 ans, il a quitté Illusionniste et il travaille désormais dans sa propre entreprise qui s'appelle Vulpine, if I can say right.
Vulpine, yeah.
Vulpine. Et ils sont deux. Il y a donc Adam Wilber et vous avez Félix aussi. Ce qui est très intéressant, c'est que les deux ne travaillent pas dans le même pays. Il y a donc Adam qui est aux États-Unis et Félix qui est en Autriche. Et c'est génial parce que ils ont créé une compagnie à deux, une entreprise, et ils produisent des tours de magie. Do you do only like do you create magic trick only for magician or do you do like consulting and things like that?
Yeah, I do. So I have a consultant gig coming in about 2 weeks. So I help some magicians with their shows and specialized tricks or themed shows. But what I really enjoy doing is inventing, the stuff that I perform a lot. So a lot of the stuff I invent is stuff that I want to use in my performance. If I use it and it gets great reactions, then we'll decide to bring it to market. Excuse me one second.
No problem. Donc en fait, ce qu'il dit, c'est qu'il a aussi une activité de consultant. Il aide les magiciens sur leur spectacle et il fait aussi de la magie à côté. Et en fait, les créations qu'il sort, c'est des choses qu'il peut utiliser. Enfin, c'est des choses qu'il utilise lui. So you're a professional magician. You have gigs and you perform like your creation, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do. The mixture of both is what keeps me happy. Being able to perform is one part of what I love about magic, but creating is the second. I think if I only did one or the other, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. So I have to make sure I'm performing, otherwise I'm not, not really in love with magic the way I want to be.
I understand. We had Boris Wilde last week, and he said exactly the same. He wants to keep create and he wants to keep working because they are two separate things, and this is his balance. So that's very cool.
Exactly. And they're totally different. One helps the other. The more you perform, the more ideas you get, and the more you create, the better you're performing, or at least the range of what you perform.
And you perform things that you really like because you created them. So that's
exactly.
That's very cool. And let's talk a bit about Vulpine. So what was the first product of Vulpine? Was Grandfather Spinning Top was the first?
Yeah, we did some downloads. We have some digital downloads, some courses on magic, some courses on being a professional. So those were the first products on Vulpine. And then the physical was Grandfather Spinning Top. That was about little over a year ago.
Ok, donc il y a 1 an, il y a Grandfather Spinning Top qui est sorti, qui est un mélange donc de lévitation. Donc c'est une toupie en fait, une toupie qui vient sortir d'une boîte, et c'est une toupie faite à partir un opercule de bière, une capsule de bière trouée. Vous avez un petit morceau de bois, vous le mettez dedans et en fait ça crée une toupie. Et l'idée c'est que vous allez pouvoir raconter une histoire sur cette toupie. La toupie vole, la toupie disparaît et ensuite elle se retrouve dans la boîte. Donc c'est une vraie histoire. It was a whole story, a whole routine, an act, a small act in itself, because you have many magical moments in it, and it was very cool.
Thanks. Yeah, it was something I've been doing for a long time. The idea of spinning a top and having that levitate, and then needed a way to clean it up and to end. So I put an ending on it where it looks as if though the top disappears and ends up back in the box it started in. So it's a really fun piece to perform. If you do any sort of, IT work, then it's a little bit different than what's been out there, and the spinning of the top really adds something cool to it.
Yeah, it's very magical. And we have a customer saying that the fullest trophies is looking good.
Thank you. Thank you.
And do your act is on YouTube? We can see it?
Yeah, my Foolus. If you just type in Adam Wilber Foolus, it's up there. It's actually the second most viewed Foolus. It's got about 15 million views under Shin
Okay.
Lim. So
Okay, you can't beat Shin Lim, but it's fine. It's like being first, being second behind Shin Lim. En gros, vous pouvez aller
exactly.
voir, vous pouvez aller voir le numéro d'Adam à Full Us. Donc bah, vous avez vu le trophée, donc vous connaissez la fin, mais ça vous permet quand même de profiter. Et apparemment, c'est la deuxième vidéo de Full Us la plus vue derrière Shin Lim. Bon, Shin Lim, évidemment, c'est les étoiles, mais voilà, ça vous permet d'aller voir aussi ce que fait Adam bah, à la télé, parce que c'est un autre exercice. And after the grandfather spinning top, was in case of emergency, the second product? Or was it
Nope,
something...
Genesis. Something
Genesis.
called Genesis. Yep. So
Okay.
it's self-printing ink. It's thermochromatic ink, which works off temperature, but it's an entire kit on everything I could think of with self-printing ink. And
Okay.
it's sold out. We do have some at Vulpine, but all the major dealers, because
Yeah.
they're all made by hand. So I could only make so many. I only made 300 units because it
Oh, wow.
took almost a year to make those 300 units. I had to make them all by hand in my basement.
En fait, c'est bien. En fait, je me disais, oui, on a entendu parler du projet qui s'appelle Genesis, qui est un projet d'encre thermochromique. Je ne sais pas si on dit en français ou thermique, mais thermique, ça me paraît pas assez technologiquement avancé pour être le terme. Peu importe. En gros, c'est des cartes qui s'impriment toutes seules. Et on avait entendu parler du projet. C'est vrai qu'on n'a jamais pu avoir les mains dessus. Et bah, Adam vient de le préciser. Il les fabriquait tous à la main. Donc les 300 qu'il avait fabriqués sont tous vendus. Et du coup, c'est vrai qu'on n'en a pas eu. Mais allez voir, peut-être que ça peut vous donner des idées sur des routines. Donc, ça s'appelle Genesis, c'est d'Adam Wilbert chez Vulpine Creation. And so, we come to the thing, right? And is this the bestseller yet, or as Grandfather Spinning Top?
Grandfather Spinning Top has sold more units.
Okay.
The problem with anytime you do a card to box, there are some moves in there that some people are scared of, right? And they'll
Sure.
just never do that move no matter what. So, but we've sold a bunch of these. We just, Grandfather's Top sold very, very well. So it'll be tough to beat that
To
as
beat.
a bestseller.
I understand. So, en gros, pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas le produit, ça s'appelle In Case of Emergency. C'est une carte à la boîte sous la forme d'une petite, un boîtier d'alarme incendie. Et du coup, l'idée, c'est vraiment ce côté un peu régressif de quand on était enfant, on a toujours voulu tirer sur l'alarme incendie. Et du coup, là, il l'a intégré dans une boîte fabriquée évidemment. Alors, le packaging, il est incroyable. Vraiment, pour le coup, c'est très très propre, hein. On est sur quelque chose de vraiment cool. Et d'ailleurs, il s'est mis sur son tapis. I let you maybe damn the switch or something. if you
Sure.
want. Okay.
Sure.
Là, il va vous faire le
So-
switch.
Basically, it is a switching box, a switching device where a spectator gets to pull the fire alarm and then they see a little folded card inside. When you dump the folded card out, you can show everything completely empty. Obviously, that's the switch, and then the box is examinable after.
Donc là, il a fait le change, vous montrez une carte à l'intérieur et vous pouvez la changer par une autre. Et du coup, la boîte est examinable juste après, c'est ce qui est très cool, c'est que vous pouvez évidemment donner la boîte à l'examen vu qu'elle se verrouille toute seule, on va dire. C'est très intelligent et c'est surtout super bien fabriqué. The production quality is amazing, like very very good. En gros, ils ont vraiment fabriqué. Ce qui est bien, c'est qu'on sent que c'est pas quelque chose qu'ils ont trouvé quelque part et qu'ils ont adapté pour faire le tour. C'est vraiment quelque chose qui a été fabriqué ou en tout cas enfin, non, je vois pas parce que vraiment, je pense que tout est fabriqué sur mesure et c'est vraiment très très cool. C'est fait à la taille d'une carte et vous pouvez évidemment changer bien d'autres choses que des cartes. So you don't have to use only cards. You can use like billets, bills, notes, and so on.
Yeah, anything that will fit in that little thing folded up, you can use without problem. So I teach two different routines that are not the sign card routine, but anything that will fit inside the box, then you can use without an issue.
Yeah. So, en gros, ce qui est bien, c'est que vous pouvez l'utiliser avec n'importe quoi. Ce que j'ai beaucoup aimé sur le produit aussi, c'est le reset. The reset is self-contained, like the box is self-contained. You reset with everything you have. So you don't have to use any external tool, and that's very very cool. Donc en gros, vous avez un reset à l'intérieur qui est self-contained, ça veut dire que vous n'avez pas besoin d'outils extérieurs pour venir resetter la boîte, et ça c'est vraiment très très cool. Si vous avez des questions pour Adam, n'hésitez pas, c'est l'occasion. So this is like the latest release by yet by Vulpine, and
We have one other one. It's probably the easiest way for me to show this is to do this. But one of them is I do in the United States. I do a lot of trade shows with cannabis. So
okay.
let's see. So this is
Ah,
cannabis sponge balls. So essentially, it's sponge balls, but with cannabis, and then there's never-ending spliffs. So there's big giant spliffs at the end of it. But that's our actual latest release.
okay.
And that will be out through Murphy's and other dealers here next month.
Next month. Ok. Donc en gros, ce sont des feuilles. Alors c'est pas des fleurs. Je connais pas trop. Hein. Non, me dites pas oui, il fait exprès. Non, non, mais en gros c'est du cannabis en mousse. Et du coup, avec la légalisation, voilà, le CBD en ce moment c'est à la mode. Ça peut être l'occasion de faire des choses très très drôles, évidemment avec le bon public, avec le bon texte. Mais du coup, c'est des plantes de cannabis en mousse. Et vous avez aussi des joints en mousse. Du coup, c'est petit. Je sais pas comment en parler, mais du coup, vous pouvez faire comme les bananes, sauf que bah, vous le faites sur le thème, sur la thématique CBD plutôt. Je pense que ce serait plus intéressant. Because I don't know if you have that things in the US like CBD, because in France you can't, it's illegal to smoke, and
Yeah.
so they officialize CBD, and I think since most of the news were talking about it, that's a nice like way of presenting it if you're showing to people. So that's
Yeah,
very cool.
I have a lot of companies I work with that are cannabis companies. So for me, it works perfectly because, it's pretty much legal here in the United States. So it's not for everybody, but it's, for the
Yeah,
people who
yeah,
want it, it's perfect.
yeah. C'est pas pour tout le monde comme il le dit, mais c'est vrai que c'est un produit qu'on trouve pas ailleurs et du coup ce sera disponible évidemment dans quelques semaines sur Magic Dream et du coup c'est l'occasion si vous avez des amis parce que c'est vraiment un peu comme le Bonto DTC, on n'est plus sur quelque chose qu'on fait à des amis. Quoique, si jamais vous avez trouvé une bonne présentation, ça peut être vraiment intégré dans un spectacle ou dans un numéro un peu plus professionnel, mais je pense qu'il faut vraiment bien le présenter pour éviter tout problème, vu qu'aux États-Unis, comme il le dit, c'est assez légalisé. En tout cas, c'est globalement légalisé. En France, pas du tout. Donc, plutôt prendre l'axe du CBD qui peut être plus intéressant. And so you have, is it possible for you to talk about your next releases, maybe?
Sure. Here, I'll show you two things here
Oh, wow.
quickly.
Cool.
So here's the first one. It's a little wallet, and inside of the wallet is, pretend you didn't see that. Let me get the right wallet. Here.
Too many wallets. That's a
this
magician problem. Okay.
That's right. Exactly. So we have some playing cards. There's
Okay.
also a little black envelope, and we'll get to the envelope in a minute. It's hard to see,
Yeah, yeah. Like it's like black art.
so we'll do this.
Nice.
Easier to see. So a little
Exactly.
black envelope with something inside that we'll get to in a minute.
Okay.
And then 4 cards. We don't have to worry about the backs of the cards, just the faces, okay?
Okay.
There are 4 of them, and only one of them is correct, but it's going to be up to you. Which one of these 4 is correct? The 7 of clubs, 7 of hearts, queen of clubs, or queen of hearts? Which of those 4 do you want?
I said the queen of clubs. The black queen is the queen of clubs. Yeah.
Queen of clubs. This is crazy. I said only one of them was correct. And if you would have said any of the other cards, if you would have said the 7 of clubs, the 7 of hearts, or the queen of hearts, it wouldn't have worked. You got the correct one, the queen of clubs.
Okay.
Now, I don't ask you to trust me. I know you have a few questions.
Yeah.
I have a couple questions myself. The first question, when did the cards disappear? The second question, what the heck is going on? Where are they? And why are there no faces and backs to the cards? Well, the answer's been sitting here the whole time.
Okay.
You chose the queen of clubs, yes?
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. It says, look inside of the wallet. Because inside of the wallet, I said, was a little envelope. And inside of the envelope is one card. And it's your, if I can open the envelope, queen of clubs.
Nice. It's very cool.
So this is a little packet trick called What, Where, When, Why. Very easy to do. It's a great way to sort of open up at a table that
Yeah.
isn't a card trick. So
Yeah, it's
I've been
great.
doing this as my strolling opener to open the sets with and kind of grab their attention.
yeah, many magical moments in like a short period of time. It's very cool. It's very cool. And I'm
Let's
instantly
see. Here's
thinking, will you be providing like white cards in order for non-English speaker to write their own?
Oh, I didn't even think. No, I mean they are in.
In
This is
English?
what they'll get,
Yeah,
but
okay.
in the instructions we teach how you can print these off
Okay,
and
okay.
make your own. They just won't be
Sure,
card stock
sure.
like
Okay.
regular card stock.
Sure, we can stick a sticker. We will, of course, we at Magic Dream, since a lot of tricks are like English based or things like that. We usually try to find solution for them to work in our language. So
And we'll have a PDF where you can print out
great.
the words and everything. There's also two other routines that do not use the what, where,
Great.
when, why
And
that are
what
built into
what will be provided is like the cards, the
everything.
envelope,
You
and
get
the
a really
wallet.
nice Himber wallet.
Oh
So
wow. Okay, cool.
this Himber is made really well.
Nice.
It's just a standard Z fold, but it's a
Yeah,
nice,
but theme.
well-made one.
Yeah, cool.
All the playing cards. Then you'll also get everything you need to do for that routine, plus two other routines that go along with it. There's a PDF that those other two routines use as well.
That's great. Simple and to the point. I like it. I like it a lot. And I saw you had a coin, and I'm very
Yeah,
curious
so
about that.
this next one is really a big project. You get about 15 different routines that
Wow.
all use lighters. So one
Okay.
of them is, I would come out and say, I have a lucky coin that I always carry with me. The downside is I don't want to lose my lucky coin, but I also always have a lighter with me. So all I have to use my lighter as like a safe. And if I get it just right, it'll go inside of the lighter itself. So it's stuck in. When I want to get it back out, I can shake it back out. And then you do a little coin routine with it.
Nice.
There's also this little thing. Do you know who Banksy is? The artist
sure.
Banksy?
Yeah.
So Banksy, this is a girl and her balloon, right?
Yeah.
This was the most expensive Banksy lighter or Banksy artwork ever sold because it was the one that got shredded. As it got sold at auction, it got shredded.
Yeah.
I didn't like
remember
how
that.
she never could reach her balloon. So what we'll do is we'll take her balloon and we'll pull it down the length and leave it in her hand so she can have it now.
Very
So,
nice. Very
Then
cool.
there's a full routine of color changing lighters where you can say, white lighters are bad luck for me. If I don't like the white lighter, I can switch it to a red lighter.
Like
So
the
there's a whole
changing
color
knife.
changing.
Yeah.
Exactly. The end of it, you show the lighter here on both sides, come over and drag it down, and it leaves the little fingerprints.
Nice.
There's the Bic one where you can show Bic logo, and real Bics only have the logo on one side, not on the back side.
Yeah.
But if I want, I can take it like a stamp and I can print it so it's now on both sides. There's a Bic logo on that side and on the other side. I can
Okay.
actually take the Bic logo from here and shake it down to the bottom. If I shake it, it'll go right down to the bottom. So there's one on each side. I can take the one from the top here and pull that one down to the bottom. So now there's a Bic logo on the bottom of both sides. And if I want to shake this one back up, I can get them both. So they're here. So the whole project is essentially you get everything you need for about 15 different routines using lighters.
Okay. And will like how many lighters will be provided? Only a few,
So
or everything for?
Yep, you get your own lighters. So what you get is these are vinyl stickers.
Ah.
And the
Very
stickers
cool.
fit perfectly around any Bic lighter. So you just take a Bic lighter, you pull this out, you wrap it around, and then you've got your lighter for good. So this is just a
That's
vinyl sticker that goes all the way around the lighter itself.
That's
So
very clever.
There's
So,
about
yeah.
15 routines with the big ones. We give them to you with the small ones. And there's just a whole bunch of fun stuff that you can do with lighters.
That's very cool. Very nice. And how this will be called?
The Gaff Lighter Project.
Okay, simple, to the point.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool.
We didn't get too clever with the name on that one.
No, but sometimes it works. It works. And do you have anything else to share? Because it's already a lot, but
We have we have more stuff, but not ready to
But you
share
can't
yet.
share it. Yeah, I can understand. Thank you so much for your generosity. It was very, very cool. And seeing new project and seeing maybe why you created them is very, very interesting. Is as much interesting as the project in itself, because when you create something, it's because you have a need for it, and it's very cool to understand why you and how you're thinking. And thank you so much for your time, Adam. Si
Of
vous avez des
course.
questions, n'hésitez pas à les poser. We have Regis who is saying that the lighter is amazing. The lighter idea is amazing. So and this will be ready in a few
Next
weeks.
month.
Next month.
Yep.
Okay.
So before we want to get the lighter project, the what, where, when, why project, and the cannabis all out in December, because we've
Okay.
got some bigger things coming for January and February. of
Even
next year.
bigger things.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And again, thank you so much. We will maybe do another interview for your next releases, because
Awesome.
Vulpine is like on a roll and seems to have a few things coming up. So it's very cool to see a company like producing good quality magic and things that can really be performed. And that's very, very cool. And we have somebody saying that those are gifts under the Christmas tree, like perfect gift for magicians. So yes,
Exactly.
I think that's the point. Merci beaucoup, Adam. If you have,
Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
we want to share good magic and good magicians. So you fit perfectly. Thank you so much again, and see you later. Maybe another Magic Dream live. Merci.
Thanks so much.
Bye bye. Thank you. Merci à vous.